Hello, and welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel and the Bright Light Wellness Substack. Today, this video is for you if you feel like you have tried everything. You're doing the clean diets, you're taking the right supplements, you're doing the detox protocols, you're doing the nervous system work, and you still feel like you're not getting better, like you're not making any traction. This video is for you because I see this all the time in my practice, and it's not because you're doing something wrong, honestly, at all. It's just that we've been kind of fed this lie that these things actually are going to bring us the relief we're looking for when the picture is much deeper and bigger than that. Okay, so this conversation is for you if you feel like you're doing all the things and you're not getting better, even though on paper you're doing all the things right. So I see you, I feel you, I've been there. You feel like you're trying everything, and it's frustrating. I get that. So you're doing a lot. You are really trying hard. You're not lazy and you're not missing discipline. Most of the people I work with are doing more than anyone else I know, but they're still stuck. And the reasons for this is the real reasons you're stuck. You're stuck in the loop of, I have to do more. Healing often is not doing more, it's actually doing less. So you're stuck in this loop of I have to keep doing, I have to keep doing, I have to keep doing, right? So you're over supplementing. You're looking at, you're on Instagram and you're taking all these different supplements that different practitioners are recommending, and you're over supplementing and you're overdoing it and probably taking things that you don't even need. You might be constantly protocol switching. So you work with this person and you work with that person and you move on and you don't stick with somebody for a long period of time. So you're constantly switching the protocols. So you're not consistently doing what the practitioners have set out for you to do. And I know I did that too. I did all of these things. The over supplementing, I've done that in the past. I've been switching practitioners to practitioner, trying to figure it out. And your nervous system is really stuck in this like fix it mode. And your body doesn't heal when it feels like it's constantly being worked on or like having to fix itself. It heals when it feels safe and it feels nourished and it feels supported, right? So that is one big reason why you might not be healing. You actually might be like stuck in the fix it mode and the loop of I have to do more, 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 right? What else can I do? What else can I add? Oh, I gotta do the nervous system. I gotta do the red light. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Like you're just like, it's constant. Okay. Another reason why you might be stuck is because you're undernourishing yourself. And this, I've done this too. When I got really sick, I just kept restricting more. I was already restricting, but then I restricted more and more and more and more. Like, can't eat the gluten, can't eat the dairy, can't eat oxalates, can't eat histamines, can't eat nightshades, can't eat eggs. And then I restricted even more. I went to carnivore. And then I restricted even more and went to keto. So the restriction can and the under eating in general, when you pull out a lot of food groups, you are gonna under eat, right? That's just gonna happen. And under eating will put your body in chronic fight or flight. It'll put your body in the sympathetic dominance. It'll pump out more cortisol. Your adrenals will be pumping out more cortisol. You'll be making stress hormones and making nothing else. I actually had a Dutch test back in the day that actually said I was literally just making cortisol. All my other hormones are flatlined. That's not good. So your body is like running on stress, basically. And if the body doesn't feel safe enough to heal, it's not going to. And safety is having enough nourishment, right? So we need to feel safe to heal. And this is common in like people who have a lot of like control and perfectionism. Been there, done that. Like that's me too, right? I would try to control the situation. I have to be perfect about it, be dogmatic, be rigid. That's not going to get us to healing, okay? I see a lot of women who are unintentionally under eating also, and no amount of detox will override that. So when I mean they're unintentionally over under eating is they don't even realize how little they're eating. They don't even realize it until like this is where I don't love tracking, but sometimes we need to track to actually realize that we are undernourishing our body because we're like, oh, I'm eating enough carbs. I had an apple. I had, some oats and you think it's enough and you had only like 50 grams of carbs for the day. That is not enough, for your body to really heal. And no amount of detox protocols or supplements or even homeopathy can override that. Homeopathy might get you out of that pattern or that loop, but you really need to be eating enough to nourish your body. You cannot detox without enough macro and micronutrients. We need macro and micronutrients to detox. Okay, next thing you might be doing is over detoxing and pushing too hard. We cannot force the body. We cannot force the body into anything that it's not ready to do. And you could very much be overloading the liver with supplements, herbs, detox protocols. Um, and this could be not a die-off success. It could just be like a backlogging, right? Um, and I see this in my people who've got mold, Lyme, heavy metals. They're trying to push the detox too fast. Work on slowly building your system. Regaining health is not a quick thing. It's not a 6 week detox protocol. Okay. So more detox is not always better. And sometimes it's exactly what's keeping you stuck. Next reason why you might be stuck is because you're treating the symptoms, not the system. The symptoms, not the system. And this is where, homeopathy shines because if we're just chasing the gut, we're chasing the hormones, we're chasing the skin separately, we're missing the underlying patterns, right? The underlying blueprint, the underlying miasmatic picture here, okay? Um, and the body isn't a collection of random problems. It's one system trying to adapt. It's everything is connected, right? So the skin, the gut, the hormones are all connected, right? These things are all in one. So this is where homeopathy shines because I can give remedies that support the totality of your symptoms that treat not individual symptoms but treat your whole system, right? Of course, all of the work I do is terrain based and helping you get stronger, right? Okay, another reason why you might be stuck is because your nervous system just doesn't feel safe yet. And healing requires safety, okay? And that's going to be correct light and dark cycles and correct circadian rhythms and eating enough nourishing foods and feeling safe financially and in the relationships and in your home and all of these things. You might have to unblock some trauma that you've had in the past. Like there are things we need to do to get your body to feel safe, but you might not be healing because your nervous system just doesn't feel safe yet. So healing requires safety. Control patterns keep the body in stress. So if you are trying to control and micromanage every little thing going on, that's going to keep the body in chronic stress, chronic sympathetic dominance. You can't protocol your way out of that. You can't heal in the same internal state that created imbalance. Okay. So we're going to reframe it a little bit here, and this is where we bring in the hope, right? Healing is not about doing more, it's doing about what your body actually needs in the right order. So we introduce things when you come into my practice, I introduce things in layers and in the right time. So I'm not going to introduce every tip and tool and strategy that I have for you in one session, right? This is why you need to work with somebody for some time, especially in homeopathy. You start to feel more safe. You start to tell me more. We can expand the conversations, right? So we need to open this up in layers. In the right timing, we add things in. We need to provide individual support and a lot less forcing and more listening and listening to your body and what your body needs in this moment, right? Um, and that's what I do. I don't jump and put everything I know about healing to you in one session. It's in layers, it's in spirals, and it's over time, and we need to revisit things again and again. Okay, so when I work with clients, we're not just throwing things at symptoms. I definitely don't give a symptom for like a supplement for every symptom. I treat the totality of the person. I don't give a remedy for every symptom. I'm giving the remedies that sometimes I give one remedy, sometimes I give two, sometimes I give three, sometimes I give cell salts, sometimes I give flower essences. It all depends, right? But we're certainly not just throwing a pill for every ill. We're not just throwing a supplement for every ill. We're not throwing a remedy for every ill. We're treating the totality of you individually. We're looking at the whole picture, your history, your patterns, your nervous system, and the way your body responds to stress, okay? So, some very important takeaways for you guys, things that you can, actionable steps that you can do right now if you're not doing so. Eat enough. Maybe jump in and track your food. If you're eating like 1,200 or 1,400 calories, that's a problem. You need to be eating no less than 1,500 calories. And that also depends on, where you're at in your height, like what are your height and weight depends on, right? So like I said, I'm not a huge fan of tracking, but sometimes it's really important to realize, oh crap, I really am under eating and undernourishing my body. Okay. So we got to learn to eat enough and we need to slow if you are eating 1,200 calories. We can't just go, okay, eat 2,000 tomorrow and the next day and the next day. That's not going to work for your system. You'll gain weight, you'll be inflamed, you won't feel good. You need to slowly increase that and build up your basal metabolic rate, improve your metabolism slowly and adapt it slowly. It's just like when I teach people to use sunlight as medicine. I'm not going to say, oh, you don't go out in sunlight ever. Okay, spend the whole day out in sunlight. That doesn't make sense. Same thing. We got to build those calories up slowly but surely to make sure that you are nourishing your body enough. And it's something that people can get into because they're trying to control their weight. Okay. Maybe you could pull. So one thing you want to do is if you're see what you're eating, make sure you're eating enough calories for your body, your body. And then if you aren't, slowly add some more. Here's another actionable step for you. Pull back on something. Don't add something new in. Don't add, unless it's calories that you need or nutrients that you need. Don't add something in today. What can you pull back on? What do you instinctively feel like you don't need to take anymore or don't need or is not working for you? Just pull back on something. Step back and notice if you're constantly trying to fix yourself. You're constantly trying to always fix things and fix things and fix things. Track patterns, not just symptoms. Okay. So if this resonates, it probably means that your body is asking for more. A body isn't asking for more effort, excuse me, but it's asking for a different approach. And I don't think it's likely when someone's trying really hard, it's not that they have lack of effort. That's not the issue at all. Okay. Just need to change the approach. Okay. And if it resonates, you're more than welcome to work with me. I am taking new one-to-one clients. You can work with me in one-to-one, my one-to-one coaching package. That's about 3 to 4 months where we meet. You can work with me one-to-one through my homeopathy calls. And one-to-one, we see every 8 weeks or so, and we continue to work together there. Or you can just follow me and listen to my content and scroll back to all the content I had previously that could be supportive for you as well. So, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. Please, share this video, like this video, subscribe. It's always appreciated. And yeah, that was my story too. It was me. I thought if I would just find the right protocol, I would get better. If I would just find the right supplement, I would get better. If I would just find the right, diet, I would get better, and it never was really the truth of the matter. I wish it was. Even just find the right homeopathic remedy, right? It's not what healing really truly is. These are all supports that can help us build our terrain and get us back to balance, but there's not just like this one magical pill or this one magical protocol or diet or supplement or remedy or whatever. It's about really individualizing things, building the terrain, supporting the person, getting them to feel safe, bringing all those safety signals in with light and nutrition and hydration and all of the things. All right, I hope that this video was inspiring, helpful, supportive. Again, let me know your questions, comments, concerns, and looking forward to supporting you more in the future. Have a wonderful rest of your day.